Well, it's the start of the year and we can't help but wonder, what will Sonos be bringing out in 2022? We asked you guys on our Instagram that very question and got some really interesting answers, from headphones to a mini sub and further collaborations with IKEA. Well, here are 5 things we think Sonos might do in 2022. Oh yeah, that rhymed. Now, a big disclaimer, anything I say in this video is purely our own speculation. It isn't any way confirmation of what Sonos are planning on releasing this year. Unfortunately, we are just as much in the dark as you. We're just using rumours and evidence that's currently already available if you do some digging around. Now, Sonos have made a promise to release 2 new products each year. So in 2021, we had the Sonos Beam Gen 2 and the Sonos Roam. And granted, I would say that's more like 1.5 new releases, because the Beam Gen 2 is just a new generation of the Beam. But to be honest, it did feel like a new product, didn't it? It is a huge step up from the Gen 1 with that new processor and of course Dolby Atmos support. So if we assume that Sonos will make 2 new products in 2022, what do we think they could be then? First things first, I'd love to see some form of up-firing speakers for Sonos surrounds. And I know you guys have been asking for this. I see you in the comments. And best believe we've been highlighting this whenever we've had chats with Sonos. Now, we have seen upward firing speakers in the Arc, but it would be great to have them at the back as well. We have already seen some manufacturers like Monitor Audio have these little Dolby Atmos add-ons that you can simply place on top of the speaker to save designing a completely new up-firing speaker, and of course to avoid alienating those customers who perhaps already have the standard surrounds. It will be interesting to see if Sonos branch out with this technology, but if I am being honest, I think it is a big ask to see it this year, and I think that might spill over to 2023 if it does happen. Next up, I don't know if anyone remembers the Sonos Play 3. Well, I've actually got it sort of half behind me here. I managed to grab it from our warehouse, and it's quite a good speaker actually. Here in the SHS office, we actually quite miss that speaker, and we still spot some of them around in restaurants and cafes and that sort of thing, and they are a very impressive speaker indeed. Now, they sat between the older Play 1 and the Sonos Play 5 as kind of a better option if we were thinking good, better, best. But Sonos discontinued them without really any explanation. Well, personally, I'd quite like if there was a new entry that would sit somewhere between the Sonos 1 and the Sonos 5. And if we take Sonos's more recent pattern of just renaming speakers to the written out numbers, I'd expect it to be called just Sonos 3. It wouldn't be quite as large and room-filling as the Sonos 5, but definitely punchier than the Sonos 1. Now, I know some people are going to argue the case for the Sonos Move as being the replacement for the Sonos Play 3, but that is a heavy-duty portable speaker which looks different, it's used differently, and I don't think it was designed to replace the Play 3. I know a lot of customers still ask about the Play 3, so I still think there could be a gap there. A final option we think for a new product release in 2022 would be the rumoured Sub Mini. Now, we've all been asking Sonos for years now about adding a smaller Sonos sub option that doesn't cost £749 just for more bass, and I'm sure a lot of you have as well. We would love a sub that is maybe matched with the price point of the Sonos Beam at $449 or even $399, which is more compact but can still enhance the immersion of your content. Well guys, finally, it looks like our prayers might soon be answered. As we've highlighted in a previous news video, some eagle-eyed Sonos users were able to spot a reference to a smaller cylindrical Sub Mini within the Sonos app itself. Though this has since been taken off the app, we were also able to learn that you won't be able to pair 2 Sub Minis with a Sonos soundbar as you're able to do with a pair of subs, providing one is a Gen 3 of course, which I guess is a bit of a shame. Now, this evidence leads us to be fairly confident that this could be something we might see this year. We've no idea on timescales or price point, or indeed even if they are 100% working on it, but if you're potentially going to be adding a sub to your system but you can't bring yourself to spend that £749, I would maybe hold off for a couple of months to see what happens. Moving on then, there are a few other things that I would love to see from Sonos this year. I think it would be great to see Sonos add some additional value for their home cinema customers too, and expand from a maximum of 5.2.2 to maybe 7.2.2. So this would involve utilizing width speakers. So maybe they could program the Sonos 1SLs to be added at the front, either side of a Sonos Beam or Arc. Then the soundbar would be used as a center. Or what about using ceiling speakers as satellite speakers, which would sit in between the soundbar and the rear surrounds? I think there are plenty of different directions Sonos could take here, as so many people love their Sonos home cinema, but of course the more options the better. And of course the current 5.2.2 system is exceptional, so it would just be an option, but this is more just programming work and working more closely with Dolby to get this up and running. I think this is doable in 2022 from my perspective, but who knows what Sonos's roadmap is. It's just a case of watching this space to see if a software update will be announced in the near future. The final thing I think a lot of us would like to finally see from Sonos is them entering the headphone market. There have been rumours of these for a while now. We've even seen some schematics of what they might look like, which were leaked on the web quite a while ago. It looks like there have been mock-ups for both over-ear and in-ear headphones, so we're not sure at this stage if they might be working on in-ear or over-ear or maybe both. In any case, it would be amazing to see Sonos enter the headphones market, because no doubt there'll be a special feature that brings these into the ecosystem if you have a Sonos system at home. Maybe a bit like the sound swap feature that we've seen in the Sonos Roam, where you can come home from work on your headphones and then offload that audio to your closest Sonos speaker. So it's a continuous stream of music, both inside and outside your home. Now that would be awesome. The likes of Bose have some cool integrations with their headphones and home audio equipment, where you can listen to your movies through your headphones to not disturb anyone in your home. So this is something that we think Sonos could certainly introduce. Actually, thinking about it, we've already seen Sonos this year embark on in-car integration with their partnership with the Audi Q4 e-tron's 10-speaker Sonos speaker system. So it wouldn't be too much of a leap to expect them to build on Sonos's role outside of the home environment. So those are my predicted product releases for 2022. But I might of course be completely wrong. You never know what problems Sonos might encounter with the production of these, which means they can be pushed back, but we will just have to wait and see, of course. Now we will of course be keeping tabs on Sonos and what they do throughout the year, so watch this space as we'll be keeping you up to date with what's going on. So guys, drop a comment below and let me know what you want to see from Sonos in 2022. And I think that just about wraps up our Sonos in 2022 video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next year. Just kidding. Take care, guys.